Right.
How did we get here?
That's the question. Nobody. That's what the title of this podcast really is. How did we get here?
Welcome back, Creative Family, to another episode of Creatively Speaking. I'm one of your hosts, Cook. Happy to be here. Whoever next.
Hey y'all, it's Kadeja, aka K-Leg, back again.
Glad to have you back. It's J-Law, back with Creatively Speaking for another episode.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So, in light of productivity as a creative, we're going to get some timers going. So this one, 10-minute catch up real quick. I want to hear about K-Leg's trip, but whatever else is out there. I
do too. I'm interested.
You're interested in my trip? It was an amazing trip.
I couldn't wait to hear about this.
Yeah, I'm a Disney girl. I am coming from a Disney family. My family, some of my best memories of my childhood is going to Disney and going to Florida road trips and stuff like that. So it really is in my blood. My dad loves Disney World. So it's a thing. But yeah. I won a Disney cruise. If you are keeping up with the pod, I won a Disney cruise and we were able to go on it. We're on the Disney Treasure, which is Disney's newest cruise ship. And it was absolutely beautiful. We stopped at Tortola. Besides the ship being dope, it had 2 movie theaters, had a Broadway style theater in there. They had 2 to 3 buffets, as well as 3 rotational dining. So we were able to go to Marvel themed restaurant, a Coco themed restaurant, and then a more upscale. It was called 1923, something to do with Walt Disney. But on top of all of the entertainment that you would think of at Disney, in the movie theater, I went to see Marvel Captain America. I saw Lilo and Stitch that just dropped that weekend, and Thunderbolts was in rotation. So it was a lot of things to do just on the ship. And then we stopped at 3 ports, which was Tortola, St. Thomas, and then Disney has its own private destination, Castaway Cay, which was really, really dope. So yeah, 7 days in paradise for winning a sweepstakes.
Yo. That's again, shout out. Who's the sweepstakes to again?
Yeah, it was through WHU-TV, which is Howard's public radio station. And I'm already tapped into these professionals because they went on a media tour. Probably I think it was November when the cruise ship was launching and whatnot. They took out some professionals to, cover it. And I'm assuming they gave them, different perks for marketing. And that was one of them. They decided to, gift it and do a giveaway on their Instagram. It's really dope.
Wow. First of all, they got the right one. They got
right
to go to capture content to talk about this. They got a steal. Which for you,
it was a heartstring story where some kid was, on cancer and their mom was about to die, and they took their whole family on this trip. It could have went that way.
Well, but the thing is, we have that story already. We've seen that story. Hey, save the kid. I get it. You gotta do what you can. But for someone who even to the I know we don't really talk much family stuff, but even talking the generational impact, your dad's into Disney, you're into it, and this is to win something that you're as a creative pulling off a trip like this for your family too, talk about rich auntie vibes. The vibes are there. The vibes are there.
Remember forever, thanks to me.
Yeah, that's tough.
Sure.
No, that's dope. So did you actually do anything at Disney World, or didn't even dock there?
So the day before, because they flew us out the day before, so that Friday, and then the ship left Saturday, but we landed in Orlando at noonish. So we had time. So we went to Epcot, and because we were on a Disney resort, it was a 10-minute walk to Epcot. Wow. It was really, really clutch. So I've never been to Epcot. It was hot as hell in Florida. I thought I was gonna pass away. It was so fucking hot. But Epcot, most of the rides are inside. So it was cool. It was cool.
Wow. That's crazy. I probably haven't been to Disney World in probably about 20 years. So
really,
I know it's a different experience when you're an adult. I gotta do that.
Mm-hmm. And I love Disney just for the branding, on top of it being a childhood and nostalgia and whatnot. it's one of the strongest brands and like a monopoly on brands. It has Star Wars, they got Marvel, they got Pixar. Like it's kind of spooky, but at the same time, I love that they have that brand IP that they can then have a cruise ship, have a park, have entertainment, have merchandise. Like that's the type of I really get excited about Disney. It's really, really cool to me.
No, I like that, and I think it like kind of goes to like it's so dope to see like again just the evolution of like films and projects evolving to this entire world that you can experience in real time. And so like even when we were talking a couple episodes back about like Sinners and how he got the 10 years from there, he has like the full IP of what that looks like, which again, maybe it don't got to be like no Sinners theme park, but maybe it's a juke joint. Like maybe he opens up. Right. Like, I mean, I don't know what that would look like. But no, that's super dope, yo. I'm glad. Yeah, that's glad. Law, what's popping with you, good sir?
You know, same old grinds. You know how I do, but I'm kind of starting to be more intentional of like, just like you said, the weather's breaking to just go to different events. Last week I definitely went to an art show. I went to 2 shows. I went to opening a Gallery Myrtis called The Stories of Emergence. It's a gallery here in Baltimore, but they represent some really dope artists. So I was able to go there. That was my first time going to an art opening in probably like 6-7 months. So it's just good to, you know, be out and, you know, that's my world. That's my world. That's my world.
You said Disney, and I'm like, look, I got to go every other year with your art opening. I'm like, I have never been since 5th grade.
But it's dope because, like, you know, you grinding, you doing your own thing, but then, you know, you get the inspiration when you go to different art shows and seeing different people's work. And it's kind of like one of those moments when, you know, when you like working and, you know, you do work and people know you, but you don't think that you're known and things like that. But it's just cool when you go to an event. I ain't tell nobody I was coming. I just pulled up. J-Law, it's just all love, you know what I mean?
So, talk about that feeling, because like you are the man, right? Like, how does it feel to be the man when you're walking through? Like, how? Come on, it's us. Be honest. Be honest.
No, it's cool.
Good when you skip the line, right?
No, it's just like these are really my people, you know what I mean? And it's like one of those things where you don't have to, you know how you coordinate a move, but no, I just pulled up. Me and Kristen pulled up unannounced, and it's, you know people, you dab people up, you have conversations, what's going on. So it's just a cool feeling to be in your world, to be in your circle, and you know it's all love. So
you got to go outside more often, Law. Go see the people. You need to go outside more often. Go see the people.
Hey, what they say? I just want to feel the love, man. I just want to get love right now. Like,
exactly.
Man, that's what I wanted, yo. You paid it full for it.
So just been doing that. I went to another event called Creative Keynote. Shout out to Vina. She's from Baltimore. Cook, you know Vina. I'm catching
up with her Friday. That's what I'm calling.
Oh, okay. Right? That's dope. She had creative keynotes, which is a series based around different creatives here in the city, and it was based on mental health awareness, since May was Mental Health Awareness Month. And it was just great conversation, no expectations, just about, you know, your mental from all avenues, from like the creativity, from trauma, and just ways you can heal. But I think it was like true community because we were able to chime in with different scenarios and give our own input. So for me, it's just like just doing stuff again, you know what I mean? Going to those spots, going to those functions, and like, you know, it's being all love. So that's what I'm really on, you know, right now.
Yo, there's something to be said for like getting to a place where like you can pick your head up from the work you've been doing, because you've been like so locked in. Like it's like, yo, I'm grinding, and then when you pop out and like, to your point, like you see not only how far your peers came, but you also see that they've seen you. Like they put in the work. So they're like asking you about stuff. You like, yo, you know that? Like you
facts.
You could have commented. It's like, no, I'm joking. but it's like, you know, it's dope to kind of see what the love looks like offline. You know?
But that's the thing too, like you said, could have commented. I don't care. I know we in like a digital age, but it hits so much harder when it's in real life. It's like tangible for real. So the experience from like behind the screen versus in front of you is just totally different.
Yeah, no, that's fair. That's dope, man. That's fire. That's fire. All right, well, we killing it. We got like 18 seconds.
That's crazy.
So it's cool because I could just jump into the first topic as an extension of what my catch up was. And I was going to ask, like, hey, what do we see, like, what hit our timelines across our stories? So, real quick, we went to a couple events lately. We did the Adobe one a couple weeks back. Me and Law slid up to that place, which was great conversation. We can go into depth about that at some other point.
Yeah,
maybe.
Please do.
I mean, want to keep rocking with the catch up? Should I go on this here?
Oh, go ahead.
Okay. Because I was gonna breathe past Adobe. Adobe was fire. I would say it was definitely laws. I would say it was definitely like laws, like kind of what would you say, Law? Like discipline direction? Yeah. Like it was more under his wheelhouse of creatives. Like
they're very technical.
Yeah, they were out there. I mean, Adobe did a partnership at Hook Hall. And they kind of came and gave a presentation on some of their products and how to use it from a beginner level to the advanced level to make me feel comfortable, like I'm not as impressed level too, because there was 100% some oohs that I was like, oh, that's it, like that's what y'all do. So I did feel like I was in a good room. Like I know graphics.
I feel like a lot with Adobe products, some of the stuff is like overcomplicated to do something simple. I've seen on another application that they can do it in a minute. You got to go through all these steps, and Adobe's like, and then you can do this. And it's like, God damn, I thought you was going. Yeah. Anyway, that's all I
think, you know what's funny? I feel like a lot of people compare, and it's funny because I was telling Kristen about this, about like when I edit my videos on Premiere Pro versus she uses it's not no, it's not CapCut. It's
is it the Instagram one?
It's the one for the PC. Damn, what is it called?
Premiere? No. Final Cut?
Say it again.
Final Cut?
No. Filmora. Y'all ever heard of that?
You just got the research, my brother.
Yeah. It's a dope editing software, but it's only for PC computers. She has I don't know, one of them PC joints. You know, if it ain't Apple, I'm not interested. But I feel like a lot of people compare Adobe to like Apple, where it's like you have these big things, but it's like Android's been had it. Even though the use case of Apple is more people use it, and I feel like it's like that for Adobe. It's not new in terms of like the technology.
That makes sense.
Hey, I will also yield the floor if Lou wants to come in and speak on behalf of Droid and Windows products, because let me tell you something.
Windows 2000.
Would it be me?
No, thanks. But
yeah,
I was gonna say back to Khadijah's point in terms of saying how complicated it is. I thought it was interesting because, like Cook was saying, the things that they were saying, you were hearing oohs and ahs, and it's like, this kind of isn't oohs and ahs type technology, you know what I mean? But it just shows the different levels that were there at the event.
Which is dope. The fact that you're like getting those types of people, and I would say, and I like, you know, I know we kind of got a recap to get out, but like looking at the crowd, it was very diverse, very still, I would say, an environment that was considerate of Black creatives. You know, but everybody kind of enjoyed it. You know what I mean? Like spaces that are made for us that, you know, we just show love. So it was a really good event. They had Creative Theory was Gary and Tama were a part of it. They also had CJ Vega. Am I getting it right?
Siege.
Siege. Siege was who's been really big into AI. He kind of gave an entire presentation on just the direction of AI, the things you can do with it. Me and Law look at each other like, oh, we gotta step it up. We gotta put some work in out here.
Yeah.
It was really dope. But the funny thing, Kayla, while we're there, and Law, do you know the young lady from Creative Theory?
Yeah, Leah. Oh no, Creative Theory.
Yeah, that was Adobe. Creative Theory was hold on, I'm gonna find her.
Rachel Hardy.
Yes, she gave a presentation kind of about like just almost like a creative pep talk, I would say. Like, this is the status of things, what this looks like. And she gets to one slide, and I'm looking down, just I don't even know what I'm doing, like just on my phone or whatever. And she says, because creatives, we are athletes. And I look out, I'm like, Law, I know that ain't what I think it is.
No,
I know that ain't what I think it is. Dog, I was sick for like 5 seconds.
That's been happening to you a lot lately.
Huh?
That's been happening to you a lot lately.
But that's also why, like, I think it's now better for, like, I want to use this space to talk about like what we be talking about, because we do bring them to life. We're not late on things. We just had to like for me, the biggest thing was like, honestly, the past like 5 years have been figuring out what is this, like, what can this even be? What are we building? What does it look like? How does it actually take care of people? We talk about it a lot behind the scenes. Like, this is cool to have a platform or whatever, but we're not really, I don't really care to do this to glorify myself. Like, I don't need that light. I want to have this platform for a light to other creative people to know that they can chop it up with us. You know, like, we kind of know some things. So I think that, yeah, so, you know, leaning into that more. But overall, it was a dope event. Shout outs to the homie. What's his name? The guy who invited you, Law.
Oh, Lambo King.
Lambo. I love art design in the top in New York. But shout out Lambo, man. He was a part of the team executing it. Also, shout outs to Leah on Adobe. And then shout outs to what's homegirl that was actually doing a demonstration. Yeah, don't send me nowhere, dog.
Yeah,
we got 2 out of 3.
I mean, hey, Swopes. Yeah. Yes. Oh, Aaron Swopes, or is it just Swopes? Anyway,
yeah,
her Swopes.
That's her IG name, actually, Swopes.
Yeah. So that's good. I also was in our recap video of the walkthrough. Little belly joint. I had fun. Elise Swopes. I know it was Shout out to you, Elise, killing it. So I go from that event, drop Law off in Baltimore, and I shoot up to Philly. And I get to Philly. It rained, so my plans for Philly kind of got postponed and changed, but neither here nor there. And then I go to the YouTube event at Rec Philly. And that was so dope space, dope activation. Dog. What? Kayla?
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I call anything dope.
Yeah, it was the way you said it. Go ahead. It's fine. I'm having a great time. Just finish the story.
Long story short, it was cool. One, I got a lot of free stuff. I got like a premium hoodie, a premium bucket hat, a concert book bag, and I actually found there was shirts that they had. They ran out of my size, but I was staying with my cousin. And I was like, I actually grabbed him a shirt. So, like, premium shirt, all for the free ski.
That's crazy.
Love it. No matter what happens. I loved it. Had a blast. And then they had some conversation. They had Rod, one of the streamers out of Philly, who be doing a lot of different things, and also be doing music. The other young girl, not young girl, that's crazy. Young girl is crazy. I sound old, like old. But Lay Banks, like she kind of young.
Okay.
She had this like one TikTok joint. Hold on, because she had a viral moment, and I feel like, I mean, either you're
sounding older and older as you do this.
You know, she had a viral moment.
She did. Like, that's what
creators.
You said what?
I said I'm never really hip to the big creators. Like, it took me forever to figure out who Castanot was. You know, it's just like I be in my own bubble. So it's interesting, like who's super popping to certain people.
And that's I think it. Like I kind of look at it like, oh, like new category, and I don't need to find her because that's really bigger than the plot right now. I was trying to find it, and I don't even know what page I'm on looking for this right now. But she did have one where she was like in a gas station, and I really thought it was a dope video. Like the way that it was shot, it was like her replicating it, kind of like those girls who did the when the two girls was running and they would split off rapping like "Hello Christ."
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
not gonna say like that type of TikTok repetitive thing. Anyway, she was speaking to, but what happened in the audience? The main fireside chat comes up, and then people in the crowd just start getting loud. So then at one point, Wallow walks on stage, gets the mic, and he makes a statement about what happened. I can actually show the clip and share it if y'all want to see like his reaction, John.
Yeah, what happened?
Is it not that deep? I mean, he really just told the crowd that they talking too much and they need to pay attention. And it's like really expressing that he's done this all throughout the country, and Philly was like the only place. Like he's like mad at his hometown. Like his hometown's disappointing him in this moment. Like I done took this man across the world. He always gets love. Right now, y'all talking to your homeboy who you was just on the corner with, and y'all ain't about nothing. Like that was the energy.
Wait, so is Wallow the host of all the YouTubes?
So I didn't know Wallow is head of some sort of culture. He has a role at YouTube.
Yeah, he's head of creators at YouTube because they did an event in Baltimore, I think, last year. So they've been like on tour, going to different cities, and basically it's kind of like a seminar.
Yeah. Right. That sounds cool. Second question. It sounds like between the two early people they had some young niggas in there, and the YNs didn't know how to act. So if you bringing young people out, what you think they're gonna do when somebody comes? They've been in there for 4 hours. Their attention span is like this long. I
ain't gonna hold you. I definitely was like, I am beyond my window of like just being out and getting something. Especially now, granted, again, they have the photo booths, they have like different activation things, and you can get drinks or whatever in food trucks. But I think that, to your point, your target audience isn't that tight based off of who your original speakers were. Like, if you want thought leading people, you need thought leaders on the stage first.
I'm just saying they're not thought leaders in their own regard, but maybe
right.
15-minute max entire conversating things because they couldn't pay attention. Poor babies.
No, I mean, to be real, you're talking about people who watch TikToks and like they are following that, so that window is tight. So that was that was took place, but I mean, I thought it was interesting. It spilled online, and I saw some comments. It was funny, but again, being in person, I got it. But to your point, know your audience. So, with that said,
he was at Rec Philly.
Yeah, Rec Philly.
Okay, gotcha.
Anything hit y'all timelines or anything else that's been going on in your feeds that y'all want to talk about?
I haven't had internet all week. I was in paradise floating on a boat, so I don't know what's going on. So this is
glad you're good. Do we want to touch on Streamer University just anyway, or are we cool?
Oh, yeah, what happened? Somebody catch me up. That's another story that somebody need to tell because, like I said, I ain't have no internet to know what happened.
And yeah, I really wasn't tapped in either. It's funny because I've been seeing about it, but I didn't actually
dive into it. Yeah.
All right, high level. I'll keep it high level. It was executed like literally a content day over multiple days, where you're putting these kids, like they actually went to a campus in Ohio. They had dorms, they had like your DDGs, India Loves, Funny Marcos kind of pulled up, and then you had people who are consistently building their own audience in their own right, like the Zeddy Will. Again, y'all don't really care about the nuances of those, but they had a lot of people who are active on social media, and so you get this moment. They get out there. Kai gives them a curriculum where they're actually pairing with the Duke Dennis's, and like they have Duke as a class and all these things. So it's all of this happening mixed with I don't want to say like a Love Island, but it's just college. Like it's a college of these people being themselves.
reality
reality TV. Exactly.
Unscripted reality show like we used to get back in the day. Interesting.
Yes, but the beautiful thing about it too was, Kai has his version, but everybody's approaching adding their own reality, like talking to their audience specifically. You know what I mean?
Because they're all streaming, right?
Yeah.
That sounds like it would make my head spin. Number one, that sounds crazy. But isn't everybody like trying to outdo one another in a way?
I didn't get that from it. But what I did think, because I mean, there's everyone kind of has their thing. Like DDG has his whole "that's my ball" thing that coming out of that.
That's what I've been saying. Yeah,
which is hilarious. Yeah. It's just funny. I'm not participating. I don't have any balls out there. But then it's the best thing that I saw though was Kai kind of just making Streamer University kind of like a collegiate experience, where there's like the sweatsuits, there's like the gym shorts, everything's branded Streamer University, and this hashtag's going crazy. So he did speak to the fact that like Tubi and maybe Netflix reached out to him about doing this, but he wanted to keep it independent and own what the data is coming from it. So I think it's a solid play, for someone in that space. Like, he's got the torch right now, and to convert that into something of your own, I think is a solid move. And then he also got now the BT Awards coming up, and they, I think, are doing a stream for that. So, I think it's a solid positioning for a creative, Solid position.
He's definitely the trailblazer of where things are going for entertainment. Because, when you break it down, that's what it is. It's another form of entertainment, aside from movies or, cable or things like that. So it's like the future. And I think you really get to choose like who's your favorite creator, who you want to follow. You know what I mean? Because I'm sure people were part of the Streamer University. I mean, watching Streamer University, but they only watch one person's, like
right.
DDG's, or I think wasn't the Cooking with Kaya girl on there too?
She was there too. Yeah.
So it's like you find a favorite. It just gives I feel like it gives a chance for everybody to eat, if you put it that way. No pun intended. So
double entendre. Don't even ask me how. And I see you. But yeah, it really was that. I think it was cool. It's cool to see them do that. I know he's talking about other things, but I also think just in a sense of creating something that you can also rebuild. So he doesn't have to do this consistently, but if he wanted to, he can just make it an annual thing of Streamer University and repackage it if we talk about what that looks like. So a lot with that, but that's about it. Everything else that I've been talking about, I rewatched Ozarks. That was fire. And Ozark, you seen it, Law?
Yes, I haven't rewatched it yet.
Bro, but did you see the farewell documentary at the end?
I didn't.
Watch that joint, yo. That joint was fire. And that was a really good show. And then I got a new book, y'all. It's like a Harry Potter type book. Like, I'm reading. It's like an epic fantasy novel. It's the 5th one.
Shit thick as hell.
No, for real.
I mean, I'm a reader. I'm a reader. But yeah, it's like the 5th book in a series by one of my favorite authors, Brandon Sanderson. So, life has been great with doing all these things.
Beautiful.
It's been good motion, So with that, we got a lot coming up. a lot shaking. We got the group chat on the 29th. There's content trying to prepare for that. Content trying to prepare for that. 28th. June 28th. We are in person. Where y'all where are y'all at with preparation for it? How y'all feeling?
I'm feeling good about it. I think I guess we can be as transparent on here. This is what this is about. I think we're much more prepared than we did in March. With the lead up, with just prepping. We had a call earlier with Plus and Trust. It's just like the gears are really turning, and now that we're in the month, of course you want people to know about it ahead of time, which we did back in May. But now when you're in the month of, it's like that's when people are really gonna start paying attention, to what we're doing. So just having the marketing things rolled out, plan to roll out. It's just good to have a plan to know how to execute. That's the easy part, doing it. It's like planning it out beforehand. And I think it's going to be very interesting I'm curious how the experience is going to be, because it is a very small venue. And I think our expectations we're going to exceed our expectations. I just truly think that, just from our last event, what we have coming for the rollout for this one, and who we're collabing with, Black Music Month. It's just a lot surrounding it. You know what I mean? So I'm looking forward to a nice little vibe in DC. That's gonna be like creative working, work a little bit in the beginning. I don't really call it work, but like you networking with creatives, you meeting different people, and then you kind of get the vibe out on the back end, from the 8 to whenever it's over.
And thinking about like what you were saying earlier, like just those moments where you can kind of pop out and look at people and like, pick your head up from the work, like, hey, what's up? Like, I feel like this is like one of those just playing moments where you're kind of linking up with people who also care about their lives. Like, they are busy too. They might have a lot going on, but they value the community. And they're looking for a community to be valued in as well too, like one that will consider like, yo, what's the vibes? Like, I want to connect with people. I want to feel like I could be myself, and I want to have a good time. So what does that look like? And so I think this is kind of a good space. I did think, y'all let me know if y'all think this is like, could this be a thing in conversation? We actually switched to the next thing anyway. Work mode 20. I'll give it 25 minutes to lock in. We can talk about whatever. I was thinking, like, again, this idea of you meet people for the first time and you link up. Is there like a time where on stage we share like our first link up of like meeting one another? Like, okay, like this is how we build a connection. Like this is how it formed. Or is that something that's kind of already done? I was going to ask Kia if she wanted to share our story, how we met, because it was like a New Orleans we outside night. So like, I don't know. It just shows like you can network anywhere. But what y'all think?
I think it's genuine, tell people, because like you said, even if I feel like each event we gain a new audience. So like some people are gonna come based on the vibe, but they might not really know who we are personally. So I think those backlog stories definitely make sense, and it kind of creates the scope of like how we got here, today. So I think we should do it.
All right.
How did we get here?
That's the question. That's what the title of this podcast really is. How did we get here?
Nobody's supposed to be here.
So I hope you enjoyed this podcast.
Won't get this wrong again.
We will see you back at Movement Studios next week.
I think the gang just needs to be back. I don't mean to cut you off, King Lee, but I think the gang needs to be back together in person.
Yeah. We gotta rally. We gotta rally together.
How did we get here? I'm changing it.
No, this was the last 10 minutes. That's the last 10 minutes. What you need to watch.
All that shit. I'm delete all that shit.
Delete it all. Just move it together and end it right here.
Hey, this is never. See, look, I told y'all. We got to catch up.
That's what this was. That's
all. Hey, we will. That's the beautiful thing about recording. We can edit all of that. So,
stand on it.
Huh? No, ain't doing that twice. Fool me once. Fool me once. It's been fun. Hey man, I'm a holler.
Bye.
We out of here, J-Law. We gone.
Last episode.